Then again, question on VANET. So VANET is nothing but a special case of MANET. MANET is a mobile ad hoc network. VANET is a vehicular ad hoc network. And the special case comes in because vehicles will be traveling along a road subject to certain traffic conditions and other conditions of movement of other vehicles. So the part that relates to the vehicular traffic, the road and the traffic lights, etc., are available in a product called Sumo, which is an open source tool. And just like Netsim has interfacing with MATLAB and with Wireshark, we also have an interface with Sumo. So you can create your VANET in Sumo, which will give you the roads, it will give you the lights, it will give you the movement of the vehicles. And then you can interface that with Netsim. So once the vehicular movement is done in VANET, that input is taken by Netsim. The network communication is simulated by Netsim, and then you will get output in terms of the throughput, delay, losses, and so on. And if you want, you can also modify the underlying algorithm and implement your own algorithm to that. Is there any scope for body area network simulation? Yes, this is a part of PAN or low range wireless networks. Typically, it's all done in 802.15.4. So you can use our sensor network module or our IoT module and do body area network simulation. Then there's a question of whether NS2 is better or Netsim is better. So typically, currently people are moving from NS2 to NS3, but there's a problem with NS3 that NS3 doesn't have all the support for NS2, and NS2 development was stopped back in 2007, around that time. So the NS2 NS3 code base is in a bit of flux, which is why there is we are seeing a lot of people coming to Netsim. We also have compatibility with some of NS's features, so in case customers have written some code in NS and so on, there is a possibility that the same can be taken up, and with some modifications it can be written in Netsim. So one is an open source tool, and of course Netsim is a commercial tool, so the trade-off is that that is completely free, whereas this is commercial. How can you show connectivity and analysis of mobile nodes in Netsim? The analysis part, you can go into the packet trace, that will give you a more detailed view of what is happening. And for connectivity and so on, we have our packet animator, which will show that what is the traffic that is there between the devices, and which is the currently which is the device that is transmitting, through which device is it transmitting, and so on. These details are available. Then there's a question, is there any graphical comparative between AODV, DSR and other algorithms? Yes, in fact we have an experiment manual in which we have a lot of experiments where you can compare different protocols. So some of the algorithms here include comparison between various MANET protocols, and you can get the plots, the outputs of these things, and then you can also enable dynamic metrics. So like we mentioned, the dynamic metrics will give you a plot of how different protocols are performing. How can you make code in Netsim for MANET routing? Yeah, so MANET routing code is already available. So what we do is, when we are installing the product in your at the customer site, if you look at on the customer machine, so if you look at where the software is installed, so here for example Netsim is installed here. If you go into the file location where it is installed, which will be C program, C:program files, then if you go inside Netsim, you will see a folder called SRC. This folder already has all the codes for the algorithms: AODV, applications, ARP, cellular, cognitive radio, DSR, Ethernet. So all the protocol codes are already available, and we have given a simple solution file which is compatible for Visual Studio, which is what we have opened over here. So that same solution file, when you double click, it will open in this format, and as you can see, all the codes are available here. So for example, in MANET, if you want DSR, you want to see the DSR code. This is all the DSR code. So this is the DSR header file, which will have the definitions of all the packets and their formats and so on. Then you'll have the C file, which will have the main functions. Then you'll have each of the sub functions for root error, root reply, root request, send buffer, and so on. So like this we have for DSR, for AODV, and for ZRP and OLSR. Then users can modify this and write their own code also. Is there any encryption available in NetSim? Yes, we have a module for encryption also. So here we have encryption that is available. Users can write their own encryption algorithms. We currently have support for this tiny encryption algorithm, which is a very simple encryption algorithm. We also have support for other encryption algorithms like AES and DES. So encryption can also be added. Then how to make code for NetSim for VANET? So again, see, the VANET code and the MANET code are the same. There is no fundamental difference between the two. It is just that in a VANET you have these particular nodes that you see will actually be vehicles, and they will be moving as per predefined road and traffic light conditions. So actually we will send you a note where we have how to interface it with Sumo. And if you see in our file exchange, we have this interfacing with Sumo for VANETs. So if you were to just read this, and I think one of the subsequent webinars also we will be explaining about VANETs and Sumo, you'll get a clear understanding about how you can create the road and traffic conditions and the traffic lights with Sumo, and how that will be taken as an input. So if you see in NetSim here, these nodes will actually move as per road and traffic conditions. They'll stop if there's a traffic light and so on, which will be defined in VANET. How to recompile NetSim? Compiling NetSim is very simple. It is okay. One advantage we have in NetSim as compared to other simulators like, let's say, Qualnet, is that you don't need to recompile the entire software. Because the entire software is a very large software and you don't need to recompile everything. Here what we do is we give you binaries where you will have just those protocols. So all you need to do is, you don't need to sit and then write the whole code, find out where is the main function, find out where is the call, where is the metrics. All that is already taken care by us. All you need to do is decide which function or which code you're going to change. So let's say you're going to change DSR and you want to include malicious, you want to add a malicious node. The original DSR which is a part of our software will not have this file. So this is a file that we just added now, where we added 3 functions totaling about 100 lines. Once we add the function, you don't need to do anything, you just build it right here. So it's like compiling any C file. So you just compile this file, and as soon as you compile, it will give you a binary which is similar to an exe, and executable is I mean, if you don't have dynamic linking, if you have a very simple program, it is compiled as an exe. But when you have large number of binaries and you want to link it in runtime, you need to build as a DLL. That you don't need to worry. Already the settings are all there such that you just build it, it automatically becomes a DLL. And once it builds as a DLL, as libDSR or libWLAN, you need to take this DLL and put it inside the binary path. So when NetSim runs, it will check for DLLs in this path. So in this bin, which is the binary path. So if you just put your DLL here, instead of running the default DLL of NetSim, it will run the user DLL and then give the output. So that is what we did in both cases. In one case, we put the DLL of malicious. In another case, we put the DLL with the intrusion detection system. So automatically when NetSim ran, it either ran the malicious code the first time and it ran the intrusion detection code the second time. So you don't need to worry about building the entire software and then checking all the features. You just need to write your particular protocol or take existing code of a particular protocol, modify it with your functions and then link it and run. I want some new work on MANET connectivity and routing protocol. Please suggest. Yeah, what we generally recommend is in our file exchange, we have a number of projects that have already been completed. It is there under NetSim, under support file exchange. So what we would recommend to you is you can just look at these projects. You can also look at our white papers that are there. Some white papers are here. And we also have a knowledge base where users can go and understand different questions and about NetSim. So my suggestion would be to look at these things, and then based on your area of research, if you have something that is common, you can take that up. Otherwise, if you have decided on a particular area of research and you want to know if it is possible with NetSim, you can just write to us at support@tedcourse.com or at sales@tedcourse.com, and our engineers will look at your research paper and then get back to you and let you know whether it will be possible to do the same in NetSim or not. I hope that answers the question. So that's what typically when research people, before they decide on a product, what they can do is they can send us their R&D papers. We can look at them and then let you know whether the same will be possible in NetSim. If the entire thing is not possible, how much will be possible, what is the kind of time that may be required, is custom coding effort required, and so on. The coding is also very simple. All codes are there in C. So as long as you have a basic idea of C, you will be able to modify the source code. I hope we've answered all questions. Any further questions, you can contact us